Hello guys, in this video we are going to see about Companies Act 2013 in Legal Aspects of Business Chapter 4. The Indian Parliament has passed the Companies Bill 2013 on 8 August 2013. The bill has received President's assent on August 29 and making it a law replacing the old regulations that govern the corporate in the country. It would come into force from dates as may be noticed by central government. The 2013 Act replaces the Companies Act 1956. It incorporates certain important provisions to facilitate ease of doing business in India. The 1956 Act was passed in the first decade of Free India. The business landscape has changed radically in the last 60 years. The existing Companies Act 1956 has been amended at least 25 times in the past 57 years, with many of its provisions found to be outdated and inadequate. The passage of the bill, which is spread across nearly 30 sections and over 300 pages, was widely welcomed by stakeholders, including industry bodies, political leaders, and consultants. The next step is to finalize the rules and define the procedural aspects of this Act. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has put the draft rules for public comments. The draft rules are available at the website of Ministry at www.mca.gov.in. The relevant portions of the Act will be notified in a step-by-step manner, along with the rules applicable. Corporate Affairs Minister Sachin Pilot had earlier said that the government plans to adopt a transparent and interactive process to finalize a detailed set of rules to be adopted under the new Companies Bill. The new Act comprises of 29 chapters, 470 sections and 40 schedules as against 658 sections and 14 schedules in the Companies Act 1956. In 470 sessions, the word as may be prescribed has been used at around 336 places. The Act extends the whole of India and different provisions of the Act will be applicable on such dates as the central government by notification in the official gazette may appoint and different dates may be appointed for different provisions of the Act. This is the introduction of the Companies Act 2013. We'll discuss about the definitions under the Companies Act 2013. It consists of financial statements, key managerial position, key managerial personnel, promoter, small company, and dormant company. Financial state, we'll see one by one. The 5 definitions of Companies Act are very important. The first one here is financial statement. It comes under the section 240. Financial statement in relation to a company includes a balance sheet as at the end of the financial year and a profit and loss account, or in case of a company carrying on any activity not for profit, an income and expenditure account for the financial year. Cash flow statement of the financial year is included in the financial statement, and a statement of changes in equity if applicable, and any explanatory note annexed thereto or forming part of any document referred in subclass 1 and 4. It is provided that financial statement with respect to one person, company, small company, and dormant company may not include the cash flow statement. The second one here is key managerial personnel. It comes under the section 251. Key managerial personnel in relation to a company means the chief executive officer or the managing director or the manager, the company secretary, the whole-time director, the chief financial officer, and such other officer as may be prescribed. The third one is promoter. It comes under section 269. It means a person who has been named as such in a prospectus or is identified by the company in the annual return referred to in section 92, or who has control over the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, whether as a shareholder, director, or otherwise, in accordance with whose advice, directions, or instructions the board of directors of the company is accustomed to act. It is provided that nothing in subclass C shall be applied to a person who is acting merely in a professional capacity. The fourth one is small company. It comes under section 285. It means a company other than a public company. Paid up share capital of which does not exceed 50 lakh rupees or such higher amount as may be prescribed, which shall not be more than 5 crore rupees. Turnover of which as per its last profit and loss account does not exceed 2 crore rupees or such higher amount as may be prescribed, which shall not be more than 20 crore rupees. Provided that nothing in this class shall apply to a holding company or a subsidiary company, a company registered under section 8, or a company or body corporate governed by any special act. The final one is dormant company. It comes under section 455. The 2013 Act states that a company can be classified as dormant when it is formed and registered under this 2013 Act